Ready! Well.
World-class veteran video game critic Michael Does Life. Oh, Michael.
Alrighty, folks, we are live. Today we are discussing Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty expansion. The reviews for the Phantom Liberty expansion have come out, and as you can see, it's currently sitting at an 89 on Metacritic, folks. Wrestling Face coming through, member for 15 months. That is what we're talking about. Exactly. Wrestling Face coming through so hard, so strong. Member for 15 months. We're out here live, ladies and gentlemen. Hit that like button, folks at home. Phantom Liberty DLC reviews have dropped, and it is currently an 89 on Metacritic. An 89 on Metacritic. You don't care. I don't really care, but nonetheless, we're here. Make it make sense. But we will be covering this tomorrow. The 2.0 update drops. But the Phantom Liberty is next week, so we'll have to wait for that. But the Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty DLC drops next week, and the 2.0 update drops tomorrow. But as you can see, it's currently an 89 on Metacritic, folks. It's currently an 89 on Metacritic. And everyone seems to like it. Now, what's happening here, just like it happened in 2020, is that reviewers are not allowed to showcase their own footage, despite it's, they said it's great. So it's basically the same narrative as it was in 2020. The initial narrative for Cyberpunk 2077 was ultra positive. You can go back and look at the reviews. The only time the narrative changed was when the console version came out, and the console version obviously wasn't up to the PC version in terms of technical performance and things of that nature. And then everyone else started to realize, wait a minute, this isn't what they initially promised. So ultimately, at the end of the day, this is a repeat of 2020, but you don't care. So that's where we stand. It's the same philosophy. It's the same principle from CD Projekt Red. You cannot show your own gameplay. You have to use their B-roll. If you watch any of the Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty DLC reviews, you will see that they are not showing their review. They're not showing their own footage because they can't. They can't show their own footage, and that's exactly what happened in 2020. Now, does that mean that this is trash? No. But with that said, it is kind of peculiar that they're not allowed to show their own footage, as they want to control the narrative all the way up until next week when the release is happening for Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty. So we'll be covering, does anyone in here know? And I know we have a lot of fake gamers in here, so this is just me pointlessly asking. But with that said, does anyone know when the Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom 2, when is the Cyberpunk 2077 2.0 update dropping? Is it dropping later tonight at midnight? Is it dropping sometime tomorrow morning? Do we have a specific time frame on when the 2.0 update is dropping for Cyberpunk 2077? Not the Phantom Liberty DLC, that drops next week. I'm talking about the 2.0 update that is coming tomorrow. Are they going to be dropping it at midnight, or is it going to be dropping later tomorrow? Because if it's dropping at midnight, I'll wait for it. We can jump back. I'd have to re-download the whole game anyway. I mean, we have to re-download the whole game anyway. That's probably 100 gigs. There's no time frame. Well, that's fantastic news. No time frame. Well, if you're just joining, folks, Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty DLC has an 89 on Metacritic. It was actually a little bit higher. It was at a 90, but it's at an 89. And so far, the reviews are quite positive here for this experience. So the shilling, I told you guys this was going to happen. I said the shill fest is going to be very strong for this one. They love to shill Cyberpunk. I'll tell you what. There's no other game they love to shill more than Cyberpunk. And here we are yet again. The reviewers can't show their own footage. A lot of B-roll footage here. 5 p.m. CST. I don't know what that is. 5 p.m. CST. I don't know what that is. So it looks like it's tomorrow morning. The Cyberpunk 2.0 update. Tomorrow morning at... Well, there's not going to be much to test out. I mean, obviously they reworked the police system, I believe, but that's about it. And some of the UI elements, and that's about it. And everyone's, foaming at the mouth over these improvements, and it's like, well, this isn't making the game better. This isn't turning it into what they initially promised. I hate to break it to you. I mean, is it better? I would hope. But we're not seeing this magical transition into what, the game that was once promised. And that's what's being, the hype for this is already unbelievable. It's just that people care less about this because it's already out. And it's the same thing with Spider-Man 2. It's like, well, you have to think Spider-Man PS4 was the first of its kind. Spider-Man PS4, to see Spider-Man in the HD era like that, and in a way where the traversal was like that, good looking. I mean, it's been a long time since we've had something like that. So Spider-Man 2018 was special. Spider-Man 2 isn't as special because we've already seen it. We've already played those games. We've already played Miles Morales. We've already played all of those games. So it is kind of just more of the same. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a bad thing, but you're not going to get that initial, like, holy shit, this is fucking cool, or whatever the hell. So that's the problem with these games, is that these games are kind of already out, and they're just building on top of the foundation. We've already played these games. There's nothing to really be excited for here. It's not like we're getting a Cyberpunk 2.0. I mean, we are, but we're not, if that makes any sense. And Spider-Man 2018, we've already played that in 2018. So, they're just going to build upon that. That's what they're going to do. If you're going to spam as a mod, we're going to get you out of here. Okay? Jeez. So that's the reality of the situation. But you don't care, clearly. So, all right, we're going to go ahead and take your calls. The line is not working, so we're going to do a new call-in system here. And we'll figure this out in a way that makes sense. We will be live later tonight with some game. Obviously not Cyberpunk because that isn't available. All right. Alrighty, folks, what we're going to do here is we're going to take your calls. So go ahead and click on that link, and we're going to take your calls. Please keep it on topic, otherwise we'll move on to the next caller. Thank you so kindly. That's not the number, so click on the link. Click on the link if you want to call in, or don't. Click on the link if you would like to call in. Yeah, hello, you're on the air.
Hello, Michael. How are you? Yeah, you called it, man. I've just been filtering through some of these reviews and that. It's pretty wild out there. But the way I sort of looked at it before this is that what they're releasing now as the Phantom Liberty is sort of what they should have given us at launch, if you see what I mean. But I don't think they've even done that. I still think they there's several things missing that they did promise us on day one.
Yeah, well, no one cares. I don't even care anymore. It's just I'm past the point of caring about any of these games anymore. It's just I just don't care. Like, I just really don't care anymore. I used to have some fucking spark, and I used to give a shit. Now I don't. I just don't, because nothing changes. You know what I mean? 3 years later, and they're still not delivering the game they promised. Okay, why would I care? Oh, you've added a new celebrity in a new area? Oh, you got to pay for that. I mean, why are we shilling this? It's still not the game that they once promised. I mean, I'm not saying it's necessarily bad because I don't know. I haven't played it, but it is more of a looter shooter with just, new UI elements and like, oh, we fixed the police system. Okay, well, that shouldn't have been broken to begin with. That should have been there day one. It took them nearly 3 years to fucking fix that. That's ridiculous.
No, yes, it's outrageous when you can, we don't need to go over all the Cyberpunk release stuff again, but you know what I mean? The bottom line is half of this shit that they're releasing now was promised day one, should I say? But look, when the game came out in the state it was in, it was still getting 9 out of 10s, 10 out of 10s. All the big.
Well, here's the thing I want to bring up right now. It's happening yet again. Cyberpunk CD Projekt Red is not allowing any reviewers to use their own footage. This happened in 2020. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be a total disaster again because it's only on next-gen hardware, so they don't have that problem anymore with the old hardware. But with that said, why aren't they allowing people to show off their own footage? That seems like a red flag to me. That doesn't make any sense. I mean, especially considering that the reviews are positive here. It's an 89 on Metacritic. So why aren't they allowing reviewers to showcase the game? Does it have performance issues? Do they not want people to go through it and nitpick it? I mean, what is going on?
It's a rinse and repeat. It's like deja fucking vu. Like how many times are people going to be duped, conned, lied to, and practically robbed? How many more times is this going to happen?
Well, I mean, they loved it when Todd Howard bent them back over and.
Ugh.
You still playing that Starfield slot?
No, I'm not. Honestly, I'm not. Do you know why? Because it just got boring. Do you know why? I did all the big main side quests, and I was just bored. Bored.
Yeah. Total snooze. Total snooze.
I've said it so many times as well. Like I've now actually, in my heart of hearts, believe that the whole next gen thing was just a dupe in itself. Do you understand? Because these games that are coming out now, it's just not it, man. Like you have played countless old games over the past, months even. And nothing now has that same feeling. There's no emotion. There's no connection to these fucking games anymore. And you could factor that into multiple things: the developers, the studios, the money, the times that we're living in now. I'm at the point. I'm the same as you. I'm actually at the point now where I just don't even care. I don't even care to call in and try and call out CDPR or tell Todd Howard to fuck his mother. Do you understand? Like, I just don't care. Like, Michael, it's that mad.
Well, we're too old for this. We're too old. I mean, it's just like, the Zoomers want to consume. Everyone else wants to consume and just say gaming's the best it's ever been. Well, that's fantastic. I envy that, quite frankly, because I wish I could see it from that perspective, but I can't. I play these games day in and day out, and they're trash.
As well. It goes back to what I was saying about the feel of the game and being connected to a game. Maybe it is just getting older. I'm 29.
Well,
I don't know how old
you're not even old. I mean, you guys aren't even in your 30s. Unbelievable.
That's what I'm saying. I just don't have that same feeling anymore. I think it's just because of the amount of times we're literally. How many times have we had this conversation, Michael, in the past 4 fucking years?
Yeah. And it's the same thing over and over and over again. Just more of the same, nothing new. Yeah. I mean,
but look, I'm looking at this Series X now, and I'm just like,
oh Lord,
like what am I doing?
Oh,
do you understand?
Oh, bro,
I'm looking at this PS5, and I'm just thinking, I may as well just kept the fucking Xbox One X and the PS4 Pro.
Oh yeah, I mean,
like
you're not missing. I mean, still to this day, even if you never had a PS5 or an Xbox or whatever. You're not missing out on anything, really. Name one good game that came out this generation thus far. Like, that's actually mind-blowing. Nothing. Everything's coming to PC as well, and it's like, well, nothing really fucking...
Yeah. Like, I have the only time in the past year, maybe, or whatever, like, however long, I've actually enjoyed playing game is playing modded servers for games on PC. That's literally it. Like, well, I'm sat here right now playing NBA 2K24.
Oh man.
Do you understand
bought
what
that?
I'm saying? No, my friend bought it, and my account's linked with him, so I'm just playing that with him because, oh my god, we'll get 1,000 hours out of Starfield. You won't.
Oh hell no! I mean, I dropped that
Hit the ball.
about a week after it came out.
I tried my utmost hardest. I go, you know what? I'll just keep playing, and then I just woke up one day and I said, "Fuck, Jesus, man! Like, look, I ain't even capping. I can show you this shit, bro. I don't know if it will come up on here, fam." This is how far we have sunken, Michael. Look, this is what we're playing, man.
Oh man!
Look, we ain't joking. Look, it's like I may as well just take this console and just blow it up, bro.
It is dude. You're down bad if you're playing that 2K24 slop. Holy
Give me something
shit.
else to play.
Well, hey, FIFA's coming out. I mean, shit, I'm gonna have to get the new FIFA.
Yeah, well, that'll just be on my account anyway because this geezer does never not buy FIFA. That's just like a traditional thing to do.
Oh, absolutely. Like, well, I mean, it's good. I mean...
But yeah, I'll tell you, like I said, man, I'm at the same sort of phase as you now. Like before, I loved going in hard and calling in and exposing different things. But to be honest, man, I'm just done with all of it. I'm just gonna the best thing to do is just to take it as it is because, like, I now know that no matter what, we're on that same slope and we're just gonna keep going further down. You can sit there and say Mr. Negative. You can sit there and say Doomer. Come on, man. You tell me what the fuck I've got to be excited about for playing games. Give me
nothing
thing.
right now. I mean, literally nothing. I mean, Starfield was the last big game here, and now it's
and we know
more expansions and more sequels.
We know what Starfield's done.
Oh,
All it's done is splinter and divide and cause fucking carnage everywhere. Like, I know that firsthand, believe me. Some of this shit that's been happening in the past few weeks in places, wild man thing, trust me. Do you know what I'm saying? So, like, it's got to the point now where people are, you know, things are getting real personal and that, but because of games. So for that reason, you know, I'm essentially just tapping out. I'm just gonna roll with it. Fuck it. I'm just gonna buy Cyberpunk DLC. I'm just gonna buy it. Fuck it. I'm gonna buy it right now, Michael.
Oh man. Well, I mean, I have to buy all my games mostly unless I get a review code. So I'm in the same boat. I mean, they're getting my money. So I mean, you know, they don't send me codes. I mean, I did request a review code for this, but I'm probably not gonna get one. I mean, why would they send me one?
People have already got them though, haven't they?
Right. Yeah. Well, they wouldn't send me one beforehand.
Yeah, well, I'm just so happy that
verified chills.
I'm so happy I got my £100 back from Starfield. Anyway, I'll tell you that much.
Oh yeah, I mean that. Oh,
like
dude, I mean it's just like I'd rather watch paint dry. I mean,
but it's dead now, isn't it? It's dead. It's dead.
I mean that was a massively hyped game. I mean, here we are, what, 2 or 3 weeks later, if that even, and it's out of the conversation already.
Yeah, look, Michael.
Holy shit.
Fuck you, Todd. That's what I'll say. Fuck Todd. Thanks for the $100 back, man, on your shit game, you fucking prick. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Like, it is what it is. Like, that's what I'm saying. You can sit there and say negative, doom, or whatever, man, but I'm just telling you what I think about it all, innit? I'm in the same boat as Michael, this shit. I'm just past the point now of even trying to speak out against it and call it out for what it like I've been doing for so fucking long. I'm just done. Nothing's going to change now.
Well, the consumers want to consume, and that's just the way it is.
Exactly. It's what me and you both said has come to fruition because the game, something will come out, it's rubbish, and then a week later, guess what? It plummets. No one cares. Guess what? Do you see anyone talking about Starfield anymore? No, you don't. Do you know why? Because no one cares. Cyberpunk. When's the Cyberpunk thing coming out? Next week? Tomorrow?
Well, the 2.0 update tomorrow, and then the actual DLC. But here's the thing: reviewers can't show. From what I understand, reviewers can't even show the footage from the review until next week.
Yeah, they can't.
So
it's the same.
That
it's exactly the same as it
so
was.
why? I mean, you know, is it? I don't understand.
Because it's CDPR, man. Like,
okay, but it has. I mean, I guess they didn't think it was going to score well or something. Why would they put that in place? Again, that doesn't make sense. I mean,
Yeah, it
obviously
doesn't.
for the initial launch, it's like, well, they obviously knew it was shit on fucking old consoles, and it's like, yeah, you don't want that out there because that's going to destroy it all. But with that said, here we are again 3 years later, and it's like reviewers still
Deja
can't
vu.
show their footage.
Yeah, it's
Well,
deja
and
vu.
people are IGN said they're not putting a video review out because they can't show their own footage, and they said it's not fair. Or maybe it was GameSpot, but nonetheless, someone said someone didn't put out their video review because they can't use their own footage. They have to use the shitty B-roll from CDPR.
Yeah, and again, not surprised. God knows what's going on. It's not because of any. It's not. Let's just
Well,
put it
it's
this way.
probably I mean, it might not run on great. Maybe it's because some people might not have the latest hardware and they don't want that footage out there. If you have like an older GPU or something, and that might not run on. I don't know.
Yeah, it's bad. Either way, it's a fucking more than a red flag. It's a smoking gun. Like we know what this company's about. They're fucking scumbags. They're filth. That's what they are. They are equivalent of filth because they have bait and switched everyone again. They've obviously paid half of these people off again, like they did before. Just remember, people. Yeah, these people told you they were giving you a next generational product day one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they never did. And then now it seems now that all these years later they still can't do that because you can't even fucking watch raw gameplay of it before launch again. It's fucking deja vu. It's a bait and switch.
Well,
and
I mean, they say spoilers, and it's like, well, The Last of Us had footage out before the game came out.
It's over.
Cyberpunk, jeez, fucking shooter.
They have an all new cast, an all new
Stain
area.
super chatted €5.
It's like people. It's like
Pop
this,
in
it
the
goes back
cherry
to
in
the
a way that
Starfield
makes
thing. They didn't
sense.
want people playing
Cyberpunk
early
10
release
tenths
games early
masterpiece
because it's spoilers.
CDPR
What?
just showed Todd
Doing
who's the
fucking
boss.
dog
It's
fetch a
over.
bone quest.
Time to kick
Yeah,
the
really
chair,
spoilers.
clinking
Yeah,
beer
shut the
mugs,
fuck up,
men
man.
holding
It's
hands.
a
Yeah,
fucking.
I mean, quite
it's a
frankly,
fucking soil.
yeah. I mean, quite frankly, I think if Skyrim came out today, if any of those games came out today, it'd be the same thing. I mean, they're just it's dated in the way it is and the way it functions, and it doesn't work in the modern era. These games don't. These Bethesda titles, they just don't. I mean, that's the truth.
Yeah, they're fucking.
Dude, imagine if a
fucking
Zoomer who plays like Fortnite and Call of Duty and like imagine if you had them play New Vegas, they would turn that off immediately. Like the graphics are absolute garbage, the animations are absolute trash. Like you have to be a boomer to like those games, and that's not saying they're bad necessarily, but it's just like if you were there with them when they came out, sure.
Yeah, it was a whole different level,
right?
Man. It was
But
mind-blowing.
if you bring a new gamer who's just recently got into gaming and they go back and play these older games, they're not going to last long in those older games because it's like they're not.
Yeah, do you know why, Michael? Do you know why?
No.
It's because when Fallout New Vegas came out, yeah, people weren't sitting in the basement wanking off to TikTok for 12 hours a day and subscribing to OnlyFans. Do you understand? That's the problem now. The generation we live in is full of complete and utter idiots. There's no savages out there anymore. There's no one who can appreciate what they get. You get what's put on the plate. You consume it in a fucking day, and then you move on to the next thing. It's the consumer fucking mentality.
I mean, well, exactly, and I mean, you look at the numbers for some of these games, and they're all dead. I mean, look at the numbers for Watch Dogs Legion. Look at the numbers for Evil Dead. Look at the numbers for there was an AEW Fight Forever. I just played those games are all dead, and it's like some of those are recent titles, and it's like, well, if you put a game out and it's a single-player game, it's not going to last long.
Yeah,
it's just the way it is.
We said it, and exactly. This whole Cyberpunk thing, you know what I mean? I know why you're talking about it. I understand how the fucking show works, but like, as soon as this shit comes out and there's an initial meltdown or whatever there might be for the 24 hours, guess what? Oh well. Let's scroll on to the next thing. Let's just sit there. Scroll. You fat pigs. It's fucking got to ruin it for fucking everyone else. Because you know what, yeah, deep down, these developers don't give a fuck, man. These developers have got free reign to do whatever the fuck they want because no one cares. No one will hold them accountable, like I've said on previous calls. And you can just basically get away with fucking robbing people now to this point. Look at the Cyberpunk. Look at any other game that's come out. Look at the fucking release of Starfield. A next generational experience.
Yeah,
Unparalleled.
Unparalleled freedom. Where's the Chrome Cat video? I'm really surprised. I mean, maybe it's still in the works, but I don't know if it's happening. I would have thought he would have came back for it, but I guess he'll come back for a game that's not as predictable.
Yeah, let's just hope he hasn't sold his soul like Angry Joe and these other people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's hope Crowcat hasn't fucking fallen for the money
they'll
back.
try and cancel him. I mean, they tried to cancel him for RE4 remake, and you know, if you come out and say anything bad about Starfield,
yeah, look
it's
what
over.
happened with him. That's a good point. Look what happened with him in RE4 remake. You know what I mean? He's probably fucking a bit now. He's a bit edgy about it. Hang on, should I do this?
Yeah,
Because
well, he doesn't want to
fucking
lose
spam
subscribers. I
kills
mean,
him.
if you go against the grain, you're going to lose subscribers. I mean, that's why people pander and cater as much as possible.
Exactly,
They,
and
they
you
look
know
at the general
that firsthand.
consensus. Yeah, I know. I mean,
It's more than over. Like, we're at the
yeah,
point
I mean,
now
if I
where-
went down the other road and pandered and catered to the general consensus, and that was the grift, I mean, we would have a lot more subscribers because we're saying what people want to hear. You know, I mean, it's just like real life. If someone comes up to you and they have a different take, you're probably, you know, it's going to be a rough start to say the least because you're not connecting initially, you know. So,
exactly, but like 10, 15 years ago, nothing like that was an issue. There was healthy discussion and disagreement.
well, people need to
Now-
get off the internet. I mean, the internet has killed
exactly.
gaming. I mean,
You
it's
said it
as
before
simple
the
as
other
that.
day.
It killed
You said
wrestling,
it
it
the
killed
other day.
movies, it killed gaming. It's done.
Exactly. And how many times have I called in?
Well,
and
why
told
would you want to
said
play?
people-
Why would you want to sit around and play a game? That's hard work when you can just, you know, click
It's
on a couple
over.
of things on YouTube and watch the whole game for free.
Exactly. Or you can just sit there and just mindlessly scroll on TikTok for 8 hours,
Yeah.
wondering what the fuck happened.
Or you can
You
get
know
in
what I'm
these
saying?
discussion forums and just constantly talk about the game as opposed to playing it.
Yeah, exactly. Like there's people it goes back to the Starfield thing. There's people who are arguing about it when they played 5 hours. People are just nailed on it's good or bad, and that has Starfield literally destroyed communities of gamers. Like I mean, it single-handedly shut them down. That's the point we're at now. Consume, consume, consume. Listen, 80% of these males now, look at the statistics, it's over. They're all fat pigs, perverts, sit there wanking off to OnlyFans. That's the problem. No
Well,
one cares
they
anymore,
have to
man.
get outside. I mean, you have to get outside. It's too much
Yeah,
internet
go-
time.
go
It's
lift
too
some
much
fucking weights.
devices. Everyone's connected 24/7. Get off the internet. I'm
Official
telling you.
source Straw
When I
super
was in
chatted
LA and I
$5.
wasn't on the
I
internet
bought
every day,
some
it
new
felt like a whole new
cologne and
world.
sunglasses.
That's
I
my
am fully
escapism, getting
prepared
off the
to dive
internet.
into
You know, getting away
Panam's
from the
ass like I
games.
came
I'm
off the
done with it.
imploding
You know what,
Titan
So it's the opposite for me.
Believe
People
it,
want to jump
clinking
like, oh,
beer
real life stuff,
mugs,
and it's like,
clinking
yeah, it is,
beer
but
mugs,
I don't want to jump into
clinking
these
beer
busy work
mugs,
games where you're doing
clinking
fucking
beer
nothing.
mugs,
That's in
clinking
relation to
beer
fun.
mugs.
It's all busy work tasks. You roam around and fucking do these fetch quests for all these stupid characters that you don't give a shit about, and it's all woke.
That's the thing.
It's all
Oh,
woke. You know that
oh.
too. It's all woke.
Yeah, of course it is, man. It's one of that fucking. Oh, listen. Here's a hot take. Listen, here's a hot take for
Yeah.
Starfield. Yeah. Anyone that's played all the side missions and some of the other missions and that, anyone sit there and tell me I'm wrong when I say, why does every single faction leader have a woman next to him talking down to him?
Yeah.
The Crimson Fleet owner is meant to be some big bad pirate, and there's some woman there just yapping at him. like a
It's for
fucking
every
dog.
faction too. Every faction.
Yeah, every single one. God. Oh, for years and years, people. Oh, the game's woke. Well, it's so bad. This game comes out. Oh,
You don't
Oh,
even
no,
pick. You don't
Howard.
even pick your pronouns in Cyberpunk. I mean,
oh, people. Wait, there's people out there right now that would literally pull down Todd Howard's pants and suck his nutsack.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, Michael, I fucking hate these people. Yeah, I despise them like so much.
Well, it's just the hypocrisy that gets annoying. It's just like, well, you know, they'll call out a
Exactly.
bunch of other games for being buggy and broken and unfinished and woke and all this other stuff. But when Starfield does all of that, oh, that doesn't apply to that game for some strange reason. Okay, well, that doesn't make any sense.
Exactly, and you know what, man? That's the only good thing for me that's come out of Starfield is that it's shown me certain people's true colours as basically fucking hypocritical, insecure, self-centered pieces of fucking shit that in the real world would not be given the kind of
It's over.
you understand?
Yeah.
And it is what it is, Michael. Guess what? You've been saying it for years. It's over. That's it. We're back where we were. Me and you have been saying on and off.
It's
for
full
fucking
circle here.
2
We're back
years.
to shilling Cyberpunk again. I mean,
I feel like I'm back in fucking 2020
I
and
know.
my head's gone. Deja vu, man.
it's the
Fuck
same
me, I'm
review cycle. You can't show gameplay, and they're shilling it. This is what happened in 2020. They initially shilled Cyberpunk. The reviews initially for PC for Cyberpunk were incredibly good, and they couldn't show that. They had to use Cyberpunk's CD Projekt Red's B-roll. It's the same fucking shit. So how do we know this is
Honestly,
truly
I've
an
just got-
89?
looking
I
at
mean,
all this
obviously
now,
it's not going to be fucking, you know, it can't be a
Pure
broken
deja vu,
disaster.
man. I feel like I'm going to look on the stream and see you with your long hair again and the fucking jacket and the gloves on. Do you remember? Like, these fucking people, man. And they're just doing it all again. There's people are sitting there, delving in their pockets. They're paying full fucking price for this. You go on the Xbox store now. Let's see what it says.
How much is this Phantom Liberty slop?
Hold on, that's the funny thing. So if I go on the store, let's type in Cyberpunk. Let's just say right now, as of today, you do not own Cyberpunk, yeah?
Oh no.
You have to buy.
Oh no.
You have to buy, the Cyberpunk 2077 and Phantom Liberty bundle, which is $64.99. Just the DLC itself. Let's have a look. £25 if you've already owned the game. So let me get this straight just before I go, yeah? So you paid $70 4 years ago for a game that released and didn't have anything they promised in it. 4 years later, nearly, they say, oh, yeah, here's some more content for you. We're going to give you everything that should have been in the game at launch, but fuck you, give me £25.
Yeah, and quite frankly, I think they should have said, hey, if you bought this when it came out, within the first few months or whatever, the DLC is free for you. For first time, for day one owners or something, or at least the discount.
And they don't give a fuck, they don't have to.
Well, exactly, they don't have to. I mean, people are ready to consume. They have their wallet ready. Gamers are consumers. At the end of the day, they're not gamers anymore. They're just consumers. They line up to the buffet. They see the sign out front. They're ready to consume.
That's all it is. They're just cults of these people. The individual studios and Microsoft Stone and that. It's just cults now. They're literal cults.
It's the Manson family all over again.
Yeah, and
everyone's brainwashed.
No, it's like I don't even go on the Twitter space anymore. Do you understand? Like, it's over.
Yeah, well, it's all stupid. It's all pointless.
Oh, Michael, man. Yeah.
Well, we got FIFA coming out tomorrow, $100 or whatever. I mean, I'm getting that. I mean, what you mean, bro? We getting that? We're gonna play as Liverpool.
Me and you. We'll have a game, yeah.
Yeah.
On the air.
It's over.
I'll have that. Fuck it.
Great people at EA, incredible people.
Fable La Punisher super chatted $4.99.
Cool as shit. I'm like,
CP 2077 Phantom Liberty proved a damn point, and these virgin negative canthal tilt troglodytes can't handle the pressure. Doomers are singing happy cat face, happy cat face, happy cat face.
It's been a wild couple of weeks to say the least, but fuck it, man, we're out here. Listen, if you got TikTok on your phone, I wish the worst for you fucking weirdos. Stop fucking unsubscribe from OnlyFans and go outside and fucking go for a run or something, man.
Yeah, I'm outside right now.
Cool. I'll see you on FIFA.
Hell yeah, bro.
All right, love you.
Alrighty, folks. Cyberpunk 2077. Fable coming through. Cyberpunk 2077. Phantom Liberty made a damn point. Negative. Hydrogelite. What in the shit? Levi Sorensen coming through with a 10. Todd. Get off the drugs. Troy Sports coming through. Stain coming through. And, of course, a Wrestling Face. Well, you guys turned into consumers. This audience in here has turned into consumers. I mean, you guys love to consume everything under the sun. What happened? You guys used to say, "Oh, these games are trash" and all of this. What happened? Now you want to play consumer. Okay, well, I'm buying FIFA tomorrow, or whenever it comes out for $100. Fuck it. I'll play consumer too. I mean, I'd rather buy FIFA than this. It's got better graphics. So, 89 currently on Metacritic. 89 currently on Metacritic. That is where it stands right now. She don't love, ain't it so sad? She don't love, ain't it so sad? Guys, if you're new here, let's subscribe to the channel. We're going to be covering the Cyberpunk 2.0 update tomorrow. And let's hit that like button if you could. Make sure you have the notification bells turned on. We got about 70-something thousand subscribers. No, I'm not doing a new playthrough. I'll get burnt out. I'm not doing a new playthrough of this game. I'll get burnt out, bro. I mean, we'll jump in tomorrow and test out some of the new features, but I'm not going to play through the whole game. If I play through the whole Cyberpunk, I've never played through the whole game because I couldn't. When I cared about the game, it was trash on PS4, and on PS5 it was much better, but it would crash, like, consistently. It was just, you know, prone to crashing. So there was no way to play it, and I said, well, I'm done. So, but to play it tomorrow and do it all the way through, by the time the DLC comes out, I won't want to play it because I've already seen, you know, it's just a looter shooter. It's a Far Cry game. I don't need another Far Cry game. You roam around, you shoot red dots on the map. Okay. How is that interesting? I mean, it's really not. But the Shill Fest has begun. I'll tell you what, the Shill Fest has begun. And we told you that was going to happen. We told you guys that was going to happen. We told you guys that the Shill Fest was going to be so strong with Cyberpunk 2077 2.0 again. And here we are. CD Projekt Red says start new for best experience. Well, I got to re-download the game anyway. You know, 1 terabyte on these consoles is not enough, and you shouldn't have to go out and buy external storage. That's ridiculous. So I have to delete. There's only like 3 or 4 games you can hold on the console before it fills up with space. It's ridiculous. No, I'm not becoming a shill. You're not listening. I just said I just don't care anymore. I literally do not care. I've talked about this stuff for years. I don't care. I'm past it. I'm past the point of caring. I'm 30-something years old. I don't care about games anymore. I mean, I just don't. I really don't care. Like, you know, you could put the controller down and come back in 5 years and nothing's going to change. You can put the controller down and come back in 10 years, very little will change. The industry stays the same because that's what works and sells. And you know, these major games take 10 years to make, and it's going to get even worse as we go into the future, as it gets more complex and sophisticated, and they put millions and millions and millions of dollars into these games. You know, when is GTA 6 coming out? We don't know. Okay, well, that's the only game I'm looking forward to. That's the only game I'm looking forward to, and it has to succeed and exceed expectations, and I don't know if it will. There's a lot of work they have to put into that game for it to go above and beyond the expectations that are currently out. Because you have a 10-year gap there of no GTA, and it's like, well, I mean, you know, a lot has happened in 10 years with, you know, computers and graphics and processing and memory, you know, a lot of stuff. So, you know, GTA 5 is still a fundamentally 360 Xbox 360 PS3 game. You know, under the hood, the architecture is from that era. So there's only so much they can do with that. Now, Red Dead 2, in my opinion, isn't necessarily that revolutionary, but it's the cowboy western thing. You know, that doesn't sell. That's why Hollywood doesn't. Here's the thing: Hollywood doesn't make the cowboy movies because that shit doesn't sell. So, you know, I think in a way, Red Dead Redemption 2 was the testing ground for GTA 6. But it has to go above and beyond that by 100. So it has to make Red Dead Redemption 2 look like a PS2 game. That's what GTA 6 is going to have to do. And, well, that remains to be seen. That remains to be seen. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares if it's woke? Who cares? You're just going to have to deal with it. Starfield is woke. Very woke game. No one cares. You talk about it being woke, people start getting crazy. I don't know. I think people just play contrarian for attention. You know? It's like, well, yeah, they know it's woke, but they just want to say the opposite just to spite. Okay, well. I don't know what to tell you guys. You know, and that's the thing with these games. Spider-Man 2 is more of the same. I'm not saying it's bad, but Spider-Man 2 is just more of the same. You know, Spider-Man PS4 was a very different experience. It's like you're bringing Spider-Man into the modern next-generation era for the time, and we haven't seen that in a long time. Stain coming through. That's what we're talking about. Well, if you want to call in, let's go ahead and see if this is working still. It's not working. Here we go. There we go. Hello, you're on the air. Hello, you're on the air. It's not working.
Hello.
Yeah, hello, you're on the air.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, it's Mono Memory. How's it going?
Holy shit, where have you been?
Too much. Too much to go into right now. But...
Oh, here we go.
But come on, man. We need to start shilling, though, man. Come on.
What do you mean? Well, I mean, yeah, the numbers are down. I got to start shilling stuff like everyone else. I mean, everyone else has.
What are you talking about?
What do you mean?
Your numbers are good. What are you talking about? You're fine.
Well, I mean, you know, right now they're pretty good. 440. That's not bad. But last night was abysmal. We had about 150 people in here watching that shit last night. But then again, we chose to play Watch Dogs Legion, a game that literally 0 people care about. So we have more viewers than people playing that game on Steam. Think about that. That's insane.
Yeah, exactly. But you know, your sub count though as well. You know, your subs are growing. I mean, arguable, you know, what subs actually mean in the long run, I guess. But you know, everyone's wanting the subs, but fucking hell. But no, we need to start shilling, man. I mean, like,
well, I think... what should we start shilling?
Well, look, I'm in agreement with you mostly on Starfield. All right, I put in like 30 hours.
Whoa! Now you playing? No, you said it was good. What you mean?
Initially, yeah. What? When?
I thought you were shilling it. Oh, well, you were in the honeymoon phase. Now you're out of the honeymoon phase. I told you guys that was going to happen.
Well, look, I think there's a tendency in here to be crazy doomer levels. Like,
oh, what you mean, homie? Doomer? What you mean, homie?
Mr. Negative Guy, Jesus.
Well, I mean, he's always been like that.
If you were playing Shill, he'd be sucking your noodle, okay? If you were playing Shill, he'd be sucking your noodle, man. Come on. I don't know. He's just it's the same narrative every time. There's things to be positive about.
Is there really?
Look, I played Alien Isolation. Alien
Isolation's trash.
You played the bro. I was thinking of you. I was like, shit. There's so many details in this game. Fucking Michael loved this shit. That's what I was thinking. I was like,
yeah, but the core, all you do is it's a hide and seek game. I mean, Outlast did that before that game.
Yeah, but the details, man, the details. Like, it's nearly 10 years old. It's nearly 10 years old, and it's doing shit way better.
Well, I'll tell you what game I'm going to shill. Ass Creed Merge. Oh, hell yeah.
No,
we're going to shill that Ass Creed mobile game. It's going to be so fantastic. October 5th, I believe, is when it comes out. It's going to be amazing. Ubisoft, give me a call.
You can't do this.
What are you talking about, bro? I can't wait to play the new Ass Creed, roam around that open world and see how dead and lifeless it is.
Look, in the words of fucking Stain, the main man, the Last of Us lover, so many fucking losers in here. I'm sick of this snowy fanboy shit. I mean, I've been practicing that a while. I mean, Stain is the real deal.
Well, you guys both like The Last of Us 2, and I mean, look at The Last of Us 2 and ask yourself what game is on that level. Still to this day, nothing. I mean, in terms of gameplay, there's nothing that immersive. Level? There's nothing that like, there's nothing like it.
What, Assassin's Creed?
No, Last of Us Part 2, the gameplay.
Oh, good. I thought you were fucking saying Astria. I was like, what?
No, the Last of Us Part 2 gameplay. Name one game that's like that in terms of the quality of it.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know what it's like, though. I think everyone in here fucking hates The Last of Us 2. I mean, I will stand up for that game all the time. Oh, look,
I think it's better than the original. The original game is boring, story-wise and gameplay-wise. Nothing happens in the story. It's just like at the end, Joel says, I destroyed the cure so that you could live, or some bullshit like that. Okay, I don't care. I felt nothing when the credits rolled in The Last of Us Part 1 when I beat it on PS3 a long, long time ago. The Last of Us 2, it's like, holy shit. Now you're fired up. Neil Druckmann gave you a reason to give a shit about these characters more so than ever. Neil Druckmann, went in there and said, hey, you love Joel? We're going to take Joel. He's getting senile, and he's going in with this crew that he doesn't really know, and then they say that's a plot hole, and it's like, I disagree. It shows the human element of Joel. And he gets his brains bashed in by Abby, and it's like, holy shit, now you're playing as Ellie getting revenge. And then they do the double twist where it's like you eventually play as Abby, and then you start sympathizing with Abby, and then it's just like the cycle of fucking constant revenge. But I'll tell you this, I really hope for The Last of Us Part 3, whenever that fucking thing drops, that Neil doesn't back down. Tell the story that he wants to tell, and don't cater and pander and do like these stupid flashback sequences and try and shoehorn Joel more in the game, because that's going to ruin it for me. I would rather play as Abby. I would rather see this original storyline continue as opposed to them going back and catering and pandering to this annoying fucking fan base that says Joel, 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 Joel. Who cares about Joel? He got his brains bashed in. Boom, done. You know what I mean? Well, it's just time to move on. I mean, you know.
I love it, man. Boom, done. That's my new favorite, man. That was making me fucking laugh.
I mean, it was a boom, done moment. It's like, holy fucking shit, this is not happening. This can't be.
Joel was boring. Like, I'm gonna fucking you Joel fucking dick riders, all right? He's boring as fuck. I played the remake.
Yeah, garbage.
I played the remake again. I was bored at my nut. I was like, I want to get back to fucking Last of Us 2. This sucks.
Well, the gameplay in the first one is boring. You just move ladders around and
Yeah, exactly. They couldn't even innovate on the most fundamentally garbage mechanics, and then they couldn't.
And in The Last of Us 2, you can get prone, and I'm glad they didn't include that in the remake because it makes The Last of Us Part 2 stand out. If they've included that, and people are bitching like, $70 for this fucking remake on the PS5, it's like, well, they wanted to keep it intact as much as possible in a way that made sense, and they didn't add the prone feature from The Last of Us Part 2 because that's unique to The Last of Us Part 2. You know, that core combat.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it would have like watered down the impact, maybe.
I mean, just like it's hard to say. The glass physics in this is a 2013 hardware game. I mean, bro, the gore, you know, I mean, I can find things to nitpick, sure, but in The Last of Us 3, I think you're going to be really blown away, bro, in the next 10 years or something. I mean, I'm not even joking. I mean, when Naughty Dog puts out their brand new single-player experience on PS5, built truly from the ground up, you're going to see some fucking serious shit. I mean, you know, look at what they did with the PS3 hardware at the end there. Like that was, you know, Last of Us on PS3, great looking game that, you know, graphically anyway.
Yeah, I just can't even wait, you know. I mean, I just hope I'm alive to fucking see Last of Us 3.
These games take decades to come out now. One game, you know, takes about a decade to come out. It's ridiculous. Even more than that, actually. I mean, GTA 6 ain't even out yet, and it's been 10 years, over 10 years now. 10 years in a few days. It's over.
10 years.
Literally a decade. So that means someone, I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I think Naughty Dog, fucking Rockstar, definitely, you know, paving the way for the future. I know AI is going to play a bigger part now moving forward as well with, you know, how you interact with NPCs. And I know you showcased that with the Matrix mod thing. That was interesting. And VR is definitely another one. I've not really ever got into VR yet. I guess I'm waiting for that kind of must fucking play moment. Yeah. You've done a wee bit of VR, I think, have you?
Yeah, VR is.
What's your thoughts on it?
Well,
Could that be the future?
I mean, hell no. It would have. I mean, it's never going to take off in a big way. I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's just not going to do it. It would have already done it by now. I mean, unless the hardware can get to a point where you can put on a pair of sunglasses and you're in the VR, where it's just like, you know, intuitive like that and seamless, then there's no way. But even then, the software is what drives anything. I mean, if the games are trash, no one cares. I mean,
yeah. I mean, but look, there's plenty of things I think to be excited. What about Alan Wake 2? I mean, come on. Did you like the original?
Oh, bro, that looks like a fucking walking. Dude, I've watched gameplay of that, and you're literally roaming around doing nothing. I'm not even trolling. Type it in, Alan Wake 2 gameplay. It's like from Gamescom. It's like 12 minutes of the guy walking around, doing literally nothing. Like, hey, we got cool graphics here in our tech demo. Horrible.
Shut up and chat, alright? Shut your fucking mouth, chat, alright? Shut your fucking mouth. I done the cut song, alright? Cut. Fuck you.
They don't know. They weren't here.
Yeah, Collar, you fuck me.
Oh, and then Michael did that great video. Speaking of Resident Evil, that shit comes out tomorrow. Tomorrow. Holy fuck! The Separate Ways DLC comes out tomorrow. We got a lot to cover
tonight.
No way.
Michael, I can play it tonight.
There's no way, homie.
I can play it.
Hold on. When's this Separate Ways DLC coming out? If we can play it tonight, that'd be fantastic. I'm going to the PlayStation Store right now. Shut up and take my money, Capcom.
Oh my god, bro! You see
it's a $10 DLC. How do you buy the damn DLC?
A loser. Yeah, I can play in half 10, half.
Yeah, but how do you buy the DLC? It's not even popping up.
It says midnight for me, UK.
There's no way. Then we're playing that tonight.
Yeah.
Then we're playing that tonight. How do I buy the DLC? It literally does not pop up.
Oh, right. I don't know about that. I mean, I've just looked at timings online, but it says it should be midnight for me in UK.
Yeah, but how do you get the DLC? How did you buy the DLC?
It should pop up. It should pop up.
Oh, within the game?
Yeah, because if it's PS5, for me anyway, UK, you've got to click the dots and all that bullshit. You know, you got to go through the whole... It's like a mini game to find the actual fucking DLC.
They clearly don't... I mean, it's not convenient to even buy the damn thing. I got to fucking dig to find the DLC. How do I know when it's coming out, how much it is? I mean, geez. You know, they want people to buy these games, and it's not convenient to even do that.
So are you going to play it on PS5, I take it, yeah?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So it should, well, if it's worldwide, it should be 2.5 hours for you as well.
I'm trying to look that up right now, and I can't even find the damn DLC.
Yeah.
Chainsaw Demo, Standard Edition, Deluxe Edition.
U3. So what are you thinking about the you know, the original little cut nonsense? I mean, do you think a lot of that's coming? Well, we know the laser room and.
Well, yeah. Well, the laser room is back. What else is back? The cable cars are back. Those two things are confirmed, and U3 might be making his return at the end for the final form. Because some of these Resident Evil elitists were coming in here and saying that the U3 is not in the trailer.
Well, you see his claw, don't you? At the there's a scene you see.
Well,
like,
I mean, look, is it going to be like the original boss fight? Probably not, but.
Yeah, do you know what? I played through Separate Ways the other night there for the first time, and I don't know, it was kind of average. I like the.
You were saying Resident Evil 0 is actually good.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's my hot take. I guess I like the the original concept, the original mechanics with the older Resident Evils, and 0 I hadn't played.
How'd you like that train sequence at the beginning? That was amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was good, and then. Just the whole thing, to be honest. I like the, having to juggle the items, how you can put them down. A lot of people don't like that,
yeah,
but
you can put them
it does
down
give
anywhere.
you flexibility.
That's actually innovative.
Well, yeah,
people are
because
afraid of change, even if it's for the better. I mean, the gamers are conservative at heart. They don't want to admit that, but
Yeah, I think it was a lot better, to be honest.
Guys,
I haven't played
how
it
do I
since
buy this? How do you buy the DLC?
I'll have a look as well.
How do you buy the DLC? Do you really have to go into the game? I can't. It's not on the PlayStation Store right now on the internet. I mean, I can't see it.
Yeah.
There's no way to buy it. I guess you got to go inside the game. I got to update Resident Evil now.
I need to just clear something. Yeah, I'm Scottish, okay, not Irish. Sorry, I'm looking at chat here. So I know it's a bad idea, Mike. I know why you don't look at the chat. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I couldn't be you. I could not be you, man.
I told you.
I don't know how the fuck you do it. Holy shit, dude. I'm fucking seething.
I know
right
you
now,
are.
already.
I can tell. You just keep reacting.
I can't do it.
Than the chat.
I can't do it, man.
What do you mean?
Hell caller, Scottish loser.
I told you. I mean, look at that.
Shit. I'm actually hurt.
Okay, now
I
you're,
might cry,
you're
man.
trolling.
I can't deal with this.
What do you mean? You're soft.
God, see, this is what people need to understand. What you do, people don't understand, man. Fuck. It's not just putting in the time and the dedication. It's dealing with these fucking losers in the chat. You know what I mean?
It would be like going to work and dealing with toxic coworkers every day. It's like no one wants to do that, but I mean, I guess it's just a part of it. I don't know.
But yeah, but like times 450. Wow.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like it's on a bigger scale.
And I've worked with a lot of dickheads. Let me tell you, I've worked with a lot of dickheads, and that was just like two people in person. And that's enough to me.
Yeah, I mean it's just ridiculous. But you say this and people don't get it, but you get it because you've dabbled in it. So.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, even on that smaller scale.
How do you buy this DLC? Holy shit! I literally typed in everything. I don't know how to buy the Separate Ways DLC. I guess you can't buy it. You've already bought it? Or no? No. Okay, so
I'm gonna try and
can't buy it until it's available.
Well, It should be up though. I mean, it's a DLC.
I know, but it's not. I cannot
right?
find this on the PSN store.
Because the PS Store sucks. It really the interface and navigation is just fucking garbage, isn't it? Like it's really hard to find stuff sometimes. And I've got Game Pass. I've got Welfare Pass at the moment on PC, and I couldn't get into Starfield. I saw you going live with it, right? And I couldn't get in for like half an hour.
Really?
When it launched. Like, yeah, the Game Pass fucking Xbox app, it was garbage. It just kept saying, no, you're too early, you're too early. So yeah, I'm just sick of all these apps. I mean, what do you think about them charging money for this?
Well, I mean, it's only $10, so I don't think it's going to be long at all. We're talking maybe 35 minutes, 45 minutes at max. I'm not even trolling. I mean, I don't think it's going to be a big DLC, and I think people are going to be a little disappointed. I mean, I don't think it's going to be bad necessarily, but I mean, it's just going to be a little bit of highlights, like Ada Wong going through these segments, like 3 or 4 different areas, and that's about it. And that's why it's $10 for a reason, guys. I mean, there's not going to be much link there.
Yeah, I just did it the other night. The original, it took me 2.5 hours.
Really?
And I was going quite quick. I was kind of running through it where I could, so it was still like 2.5 hours. So I mean, I don't know if we're getting at least that. I mean, you want comparable at least, but it looks quite different though from the clips. It does look like they're mixing it up. You got the fucking grappling hook and all this bullshit there, like you said. So, but I don't know. I played it twice through, and then I haven't gone back to it. And yeah, Starfield. There's too much to play. I can't see myself going back to Starfield at the moment. I do agree with a lot of your sentiments. There was a few play sessions I had where I was like, yeah, this is like Fallout. You know, I'm kind of getting back into that headspace, like where I was enjoying Fallout 3 back in the day. And then there was just a whole lot of nothing a few other nights. So just like, yeah, it's just that mixed bag really. But I mean, is there any redeeming qualities for you? Is there anything you could genuinely say you liked about Starfield? I know we're going off topic here, but
I mean, no, nothing. I mean,
nothing at all.
I mean, everything's boring, sterile. I mean, all the technology in the game is light years behind of what we're at now. Even Cyberpunk is more impressive, and that's the Day 1 edition. We compared that live on the air. It's just like, dude, I don't even. I mean, I guess if you're a boomer and you're into those games, or you have nostalgia for the Bethesda games, sure, I could see why people are in that honeymoon phase and stuck in there, but. To me, it's just like I moved on from these games. Like they were good when they came out on 360 era, but everything past that has just been the same engine, same fucking animations. Like you know, millions of dollars. They have no. How can we not program better animations? Just like every other game can do it. Red Dead can do it. You know, it looks like a movie. Okay, well, why can't they? Do they have the wrong people on the team? Do they not put that as a priority? What's going on? I don't get it. You know, so Elder Scrolls 6. I mean, for me to give a shit, like they'd have to have a big feature there.
Yeah.
Because it's just going to be more of the same slop. It's like, oh, we have the Creation Engine 3 now. Okay, well, that's going to be no different than the Creation Engine 2. The NPCs are still going to fucking disappear. It's like, you know, and then you see it where they have the chest underneath the store in Starfield. You know, people have glitched through they've clipped through the floor, and it's like the chest is literally under. It's like, oh, it kills the immersion. Like you know, it's like seeing shit like that is just ridiculous.
I caught your stream, yeah, when you were finding that shit. That was crazy. Like I was like, what? Pretty lazy ass shit. But I mean, I'm pretty hyped to jump back into Cyberpunk though. Getting back on topic.
Well, I mean, it's going to be on track. It's a linear shooter. It's got an 89 on Metacritic, which is higher than Starfield. I mean,
yeah.
Is it going to be the game they initially promised? No, and I think people need to tune down the hype a little bit for this shit because they're still hyping it up to be the second coming of Christ. But with the Cyberpunk 2.0 update and the Phantom Liberty DLC, I think it'll be a you know, at least something to occupy you for a few hours, and you know, but you know, reviewers still can't show their footage, which is pretty funny.
Yeah, I saw Shillip talking about that, and he was definitely annoyed about it. But he went on to say in that same thread though that it does run well, so we don't need to worry about.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And then it's like, why is there that? Why is that in place then? You know, if it runs well, then why not?
Maybe spoilers. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, I guess.
But that's all. I mean, that's going to be fucking everywhere anyway.
Yeah.
Like, you know, probably already. There's probably some. I mean, well, I don't know. I guess they've got control over it because it's, you know, digital DLC. Unlike, you know, a leaked copy or whatever. But I mean, I had okay thoughts about Cyberpunk when it first came out. I mean, I played on PC, so I had a bit of a better time than base consoles and stuff like that. I think my main issue with Cyberpunk is the combat. Really, like I feel like the animations are just a bit floaty and stuff like that. I mean, there's a lot of weight.
Hey, hold on. When you come from Starfield to this, I mean, it's gonna feel like a.
It's gonna feel like Dark Souls or something, yeah.
Bro, I mean, you're coming from Starfield like changed my perspective on gaming. I'm coming back to some of these games, and it's like, well, I mean, it's better than Starfield, and if it's better than Starfield, then it can't be that bad. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
And with the revised stuff, I'm keeping my expectations in check, but from it does look like it should enhance a lot of stuff. I mean, I want to see the AI. I'd like to see you pick apart the AI because they've gone on.
That's just not a priority for devs. It's just like I don't know. It's ridiculous. People want immersion in these games, and then they don't want immersions. It's like, well, pick what you want. Like, do you want the NPCs on a schedule? Well, if you want the NPCs on a schedule, okay, but you can't just put NPCs in a city and say we have New Atlantis, the biggest city we've ever done, and then everyone just walks to nowhere. That's stupid. I'm sorry. It's just dumb.
Yeah.
It's lazy.
I just want better combat.
At least make them look believable, like Watch Dogs 2. Watch Dogs 2, there's no NPCs that are on schedules. They don't have schedules, so the immersion's dead there. But what they've fulfilled it with is that they made it look super fucking believable. They have mocapped a ton of different little animation things out, and it's great because it sells it. You're roaming around the city, and then you can interact with the NPCs too, and then they react. There's a reaction system built into what you're doing, what you're wearing, how you respond to certain things. So all of it just works. So even if they're not on schedule, and if you just sit in one spot, they're going to do that animation loop over and over again. But that, okay, well, it looks great. Second of all, you can react, and they will react to what you're doing or what you're wearing or whatever the fuck. So it's got that all that stuff built in. It's got a reaction system. And one of the things I heard about Ask Creed Merge, and I don't know, I haven't looked at many of the previews that came out last week or something, but in the marketing it said it's a reactive city in Ask Creed Merge. So if they're going back to that, that would be pretty interesting. I doubt it, but because I mean, ever since Ask Creed, probably Unity. Maybe a little bit of Syndicate, but Unity was the big one. They went all out on Unity. The graphics are still really fucking good, the lighting especially. And, the amount of NPCs on screen. But you roam around Ask Creed Unity, and everyone looks like it looks like they belong in the world. They're looking busy. They're not just roaming around aimlessly. It sells it really well. And they have gone so backwards. I mean, I played Ask Creed Origins last night. Everyone shilled that game, and it's like, this is a fucking mobile game compared to Unity. I mean, you can just see the night and day difference. It's like, they might be on schedules in Unity or at least have little destinations, but I don't care if it looks like a fucking mobile game with shitty animations. No one reacts really. I mean, in a way that's like, impressive. So Unity was the last one that was where it was like, holy fucking shit. You got the crazy next-gen graphics. You got the crazy 10,000 people on the screen at once, and then all of this little animation stuff to sell the NPCs, that inhabit the world. Okay, that's fantastic. So what are we going to do here for Merge? What are we going to do here for Ask Creed Merge? I mean, that's what I'm very interested to see. Because if it's a mobile game where you just go to checkpoint to checkpoint and Baghdad does not feel alive, then I'm out. The game's trash. Especially when it was marketed as, hey, we have, this living, breathing city. In fact, I'll go to the official website right now to see what the hell they say about this game. Ask Creed Merge.
I've got to say.
I'm excited to cover it. I mean, when was the last Ubisoft game? It has actually been literally 3 years. 2 years. The last Ubisoft game I remember playing was like Far Cry 6. That was the last game. Name one other game they've made since.
The last one I played was Far Cry 3 probably, but I have to tell you, Michael,
right here.
I've never played any Anus Creed games.
I
haven't played any Anus Creed games.
Fake gamer. What are you doing all day? You're not playing these great games?
No, I ain't played any. I ain't played any fucking Anus Creed
games.
You're
behind that keyboard.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah,
this is what it says right here. An immersive, reactive city. This is what I'm clamoring for. Explore a dense and vibrant city whose inhabitants react to your every move. Uncover the secrets of 4 unique districts. discover surprising world events and interact with historical figures that shaped the golden age of Baghdad. So it's an immersive, reactive city. Now, is this really going to come to fruition when we play this game? That is what I want to fucking know. There's tons of gameplay out now because a lot of people, they invited the shills to play this game early. They didn't invite me, of course. But nonetheless, if that comes to fruition, I will be blown away and say it's Game of the Year. If you can really build an immersive, reactive city like they're claiming in the marketing here, then it's a solid 10 out of 10.
But
As
Michael,
Creed comes back to its roots, and you have an immersive, reactive city on top of it, it's a 10 out of Game of the Year. And the negative Nancys are saying, well, it's just Valhalla DLC. Well, I didn't play Valhalla.
How many times have we heard this?
I played
How many
Odyssey.
times have we heard this
trash.
narrative?
I played, I played Odyssey. Google gave me that game for free. I tested out their Stadia before it was called Stadia, and they said, hey, here's a free copy of this slop. And I said, okay, I'll play it. And the animations were trash. I played Red Dead, and I'd go to that. Actually, I think Red Dead was out after, but maybe not. Nonetheless, the horse animations in Odyssey were trash. Everything about Odyssey is trash. I ain't playing that garbage. Okay, I played Unity. I can see the depth and detail in that game. I can see the believability of the fucking city, France, wherever the hell it's at. And it's like, bro, you can't go back. And now these games are just mobile games. So it's like, this is what I'm excited to see in Ask Creed Merge. I'm actually excited to play the game because I want to see if that's actually fucking true. An immersive, reactive city. That's what I'm clamoring for. Immersive, reactive city. I need NPCs on schedules, and I need the reaction system built in as well. If Ubisoft can't deliver, it's a 0 out of 10 because they said they could deliver. They said an immersive, reactive city. That's what I'm looking for in a game. Please deliver, Ubisoft.
But Michael, what's the benchmark? What's the benchmark for you? What game does that the best? Would you say? What you're looking for?
There's not a perfect game. I mean, there's probably some like 1992 fucking floppy disk games that do that. Actually, to be honest, like Fallout 1 or some fucking shit like that, where they got everyone on schedules and all this stuff. There's not one game that really does it fully, because Watch Dogs 2, they don't have the NPCs on schedules, but they have the believability and the reaction system built in, but they're not on schedules. So if you just stand by an NPC for literal hours, they don't have really a destination. They just walk around aimlessly, or they despawn in a car. So there's not really a perfect game. GTA 4 isn't really that impressive. That's why I don't play it on the air, because I know people are going to get mad if I play that on the air and start picking it out. It's like it's got a cool atmosphere. It's got a cool mood, tone, vibe, story, Nico Bellic, Roman, blah, 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 the American Dream, titties, this, that, and the third, bowling. Okay, cool. But with that said, the NPCs in that game are trash. They just stand around or walk around aimlessly. They don't really do anything in that game. GTA 5 is trash as well. Red Dead 2, I got problems with that game, and I made those videos in 2018 before any of you guys showed up in this show. So that's not bait. That's just how I felt about the game since it fucking came out. Because I felt like Red Dead Redemption 2 didn't bring anything new to the table. Oh, now you have the conversation system. Huh, the same conversation system that was in Bully on the PS2? Well, that's not cool. I mean, it's not that it's not cool, it's not surprising. I'm not blown away here, but like all the other Zoomers were, where they're like, oh my God, I can talk to everyone in Red Dead 2, this is so immersive. We could do that in Bully on the PS2. So name one thing that they actually brought new to the table in Red Dead 2. Literally nothing. Like, literally nothing outside of these, like, wannabe sim elements, which,
But it does some things right, though, right?
No.
Or Red Dead 2?
Well, I mean, it's not total trash, but I mean, I'd rather see GTA 6 at this point. I'm done with the cowboy stuff. I'm done with the fucking horse, fucking 1880, whatever. I'm done. Like, show me the fucking future of GTA. Let's go. It's been 10 fucking years. And if they can't make it work with GTA 6, then I'm done. I'm just done. I'm tired of waiting, and if Rockstar can't do it, no one can. Now, you have to understand that Rockstar San Diego, that's who made Red Dead 2. This is Rockstar North. This is the fucking main studio, and I'm sure they got everyone on board with this thing. So if GTA 6 doesn't have, in Legion, we played Legion last night. They have NPCs. All the NPCs that you put in your fucking crew have destinations, and that's cool. But the problem with that is that they don't. It's just like it's just a little cycle animation. Like there's no believability when the bartender goes to his job and he's at the bar. He's not serving drinks. He's not doing anything. He's just standing there. Okay, that's fucking stupid. I don't give a shit anymore if they have destinations when they're not doing anything. They're not selling the believability. Dude, I'll put on the mocap suit and do the fucking mocap performance capture for free. Give me a call, Ubisoft. It's not hard.
Michael, do you know what? I actually live 10 minutes away from Rockstar North,
no
Edinburgh.
Way, bro.
Yeah, I do.
Well, you should take a picture out front, a selfie.
Should I try and break in?
Don't they have like a banner that shows like Red Dead 2 or something?
They did on launch, yeah. When they launched Red Dead 2, they had a really
They
cool...
might have a GTA 6 banner. You could be the first to see it.
I'll keep an eye on it, yeah.
10 minutes away. Holy shit. They're literally making GTA 6 within 10 minutes of you. Think about that. The game that's going to change pop culture forever.
It's pretty wild, yeah.
It really is.
I'll try and break in. I'll see if they got any jobs going for losers.
Yeah, you should go in there and ask for a job. They might need some help because they got woke over there. One of the Rockstar engineers blocked me on Twitter. He's a snowflake. One of the engineers at Rockstar North, I never communicated with this guy once. This was years ago. I put out some Red Dead Redemption 2 videos and said the game's not detailed, and I got blocked by a fucking engineer at Rockstar North. Excuse you, sweetheart. You're fucking soft. I was trying to help you. Your game isn't perfect. You're surrounded by yes men. Sorry.
I'll tell you what, you made a good move getting out of fucking Twitter. I tell you, Twitter.
Well, it's just a total waste of time. It's just people arguing constantly. I don't give a shit.
Well, look, what I'll do just for you, okay? I'll go up and see if they've got any toilet cleaner jobs, and see if I can get any sneaky some fucking.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Get you some.
They probably won't let you in.
Get you some new leaks.
They're making GTA 6. What you mean, homie? They don't want.
Yeah, I mean, after those other leaks, I'll probably get fucking shot on site.
Well, I mean, you can at least go out front and take a picture of it. I mean, it probably looks cool. They might have something. Maybe they have something for GTA 6 10-year anniversary or GTA 5 10-year anniversary. They might have the GTA 5 banner.
Yeah, I guess it depends if we get this announcement in October.
Well, yeah, that's what they're saying. October, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen in probably October. Wouldn't that be insane?
So why is that?
Wouldn't
just
because
of the 10-year? Just the 10-year anniversary. Is that why?
Yeah, I mean, have you seen the leaks though? The leaks that leaked last year. I mean, you can adjust the fucking car visor, the armchair, the fucking front mirror. I mean, you can adjust that shit. Okay, you can adjust the steering wheel. Now, I don't know if all of that's going to make it into the game, but if that's the level of GTA 6 detail, we're talking this is going to be as big as when GTA 3 came out for the first time. When GTA went from 2D to 3D. That's the revolution here that we're talking about. If they're going to that extent, absolutely. If they're going to that extent, going above and beyond expectations, it's going to make every other game they made before in the past look like absolute garbage. And all of the fucking people that were saying Rockstar's trash and are all about the money and this, that, and the third, guess what? They're going to be on their knees sucking you know what.
Yeah. For me, it needs to be more fucking immersive. You need to be able to go into more buildings.
Oh, absolutely.
You need to take a flight. You need to be able to get on a plane and go somewhere else.
Whoa, what you mean, dude?
No load screens, none of this. Yeah, hijack a fucking plane. Well, that could be complicated.
What about the grass mowing mechanic? I mean, do you think NPCs? I mean, they said there's going to be yard sales in this game. Like NPCs are going to put up do garage sales. That's never been done before.
Well, it all depends on how big they decide to make the map. See, if they choose to put resources into this bigger, better bullshit mentality, then the stuff you care about is going to suffer, right?
Oh no.
So hopefully they keep the scale in check.
Well, there's
so
only two playable characters. Presumably, right? You got Lucia and you got Jason, and that's it. And it's Bonnie and Clyde modern day. I honestly think the story is not going to be that bad. Is it going to have Marvel writing? Probably. I don't know who wrote the thing. I mean, did Dan Houser write it before he left? I mean, what the hell's going on? Did he have any involvement? Or did they scrap the whole thing and start over? And that's what's taking so long because they want to spite him. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
But I think it's about time they had
I think it's about time they had a female lead in there as well. You know what I mean?
Well, I just think it's an interesting dynamic. I mean, it's just a modern-day tale of Bonnie and Clyde, and, I think if they pull it off in a way that makes sense, I think you're going to have another emotional ending where it's just like, you're going to either choose between them or they're both going to perish. And I think it could be really well fucking done. I think you think the Arthur Morgan tale is bad. This could be 20 times worse. If they have great performances for these characters and this, that, and the third. So, all the NPCs have to be on schedules, or at least to some extent. I'm not a dev. If anyone in here is a dev, let me know. But I mean, there should be a player radius like the level of detail shit where it's like, okay, well, the players in this radius, these are the high polygons, everything else is low polygon. Well, that's how it should be for NPCs. When you're in the area within like a 20-mile radius, all the NPCs within that should be turned their full schedule on. So that way it's like, okay, if the NPC is, if the player's in this area, the NPCs are going to actually look a lot more believable than the other ones that obviously aren't loaded in because of memory issues and what have you. So, I mean, I want to see NPCs start their lawnmower up and cut their grass and put their mower back in their garage and go in and go home. The yard sales. I mean, if any of this is, they said there's going to be hurricanes. I mean, we're talking game of the generation here, guys. I'm not trolling. If all of this really, hurricanes in a GTA 6 in a GTA game, it's Florida. You know what I mean? Dude.
Well, I was watching you play it the other night there, and I was you've got to give the animations credit. You've got to give the animations credit. They still hold up really well. You know what I mean?
What game?
GTA 5. GTA 5.
Yeah. Well, I mean, people have to understand that's a 360 game. I mean, it really is. It's a 360 game. It came out in 10 years ago, 2013.
It's realistic.
I think it holds up. I think it holds up okay for that. All things considered, I mean, people are just expecting so much. But I mean, the NPCs are reactive in GTA 5. You can. I mean, most Zoomers don't know this, but you can actually go up and hit the right D-pad, and you'll say things. Now, you can't choose what you say. The game just blurts out random stuff. But you can actually talk to NPCs in GTA 5, which again, kind of like. Undermines the ability in Red Dead 2 because it's like you can already do this in GTA 5, but you can't just choose what you want to say. But it doesn't really matter because what you choose and it's not like it's Chat GPT, which we don't want that shit in this anyway. But I mean, GTA 6 is the only hope I have left for this industry because there's no one else that's going to potentially even attempt to do it. Ubisoft is stuck with Assassin's Creed and Far Cry, and that's it. They're done with everything else pretty much.
Yeah.
Or their multiplayer division shit. I mean, they're done making new IPs. Watch Dogs, the franchise, is totally dead until it resurrects itself in 10 years or something. I mean, it's just Ubisoft used to be pretty innovative, quite frankly. They used to put out titles every other year or so. I mean, you used to get Watch Dogs is a very unique concept. There's no other game like it, at least on paper. The Division's a unique concept. There's no other game like it, at least on paper. It's the execution of these games is what really makes them not all that great, or all they could have been. And now that Ubisoft has said basically we're sizing this down and we're just going to focus on Assassin's Creed and Far Cry and that's it. Well, the innovation's out the window. Any potential innovation is out the window because they're not going to, the Watch Dogs franchise is dead. Rainbow Six Siege is older than, it's almost as old as GTA 5, and that shit's still going. I don't know who the fuck's playing that slob. I don't even know how the fuck that's still supported. I mean, how can you not get bored of that? But, the innovation in this industry is few and far between. And GTA 6, if it's really right around the corner, I need to know what we're doing in that game in terms of the detail and the preview. We need to know about the game in terms of what they're going to do.
Yeah, I thought your Watch Dogs footage looked pretty good as well. Like when you were, the camera view or something like that.
Oh, bro!
You're zooming in, like all the madness happening. It was quite cool.
Yeah,
I thought,
when you zoom in,
stuff.
it reacts like a real camera would. It's really fucking shaky and it's really realistic and. It's just the small shit like that really sells it. It's like, okay, they thought about this. They didn't just throw in this dumb mechanic where it's like, oh, it looks like you're in the viewfinder of a cell phone. No, it looks like you're actually in the viewfinder of a cell phone because the stabilization is shit. That's what it would be like in real life if you're zooming in that fucking far and moving around. It's a really great little detail, and they went that extra mile in that game with a lot of aspects. I'm not saying it's perfect, but...
Yeah, the way the NPCs were getting into gunfights and things like that.
That's what I'm saying.
I thought it looked pretty dynamic.
That's crazy. It's just all dynamically happening. And then when another NPC gets in a fight with you, there could be another NPC that reacts to stop the fight. There's no other game that I know of that happens. None. There's no other game.
I've never played it either. Yeah, fake gamer. But yeah, I've never played any Watch Dogs games.
Well, I would say this. The only thing, the bad problem with the second game is that it's got a different tone than the first, and a lot of people prefer the tone of the first. It's a little bit more dark and sinister and serious. The second game is bright, vibrant, 3D printing, fucking zoomerish type fucking humor and shit like that. It's not like the first game. And then Legion's procedural slop, dystopia, whatever the fuck. But yeah, I would say the second is the best in terms of the open world and that sort of stuff. Well, the first,
what about the London one?
Well, the London, yeah. I mean, well, if you're from London, I mean, there you go.
No, I'm in Edinburgh.
Well, I mean, that's right around the corner.
Scotland represent. Scotland represent. Sorry. Losing it in here.
They said GTA 6 October 24th. Okay, but why are people saying that? What significance does that date have?
October 24th.
Yeah, October 24th is that's the rumored teaser trailer or something like that. Well, that's when people are speculating that it could happen. Obviously, there's nothing set in stone. But October 24th, what is that day? GTA 6.
Just another fucking piece of bullshit from V, bro.
GTA 6 is reportedly happening this October. Well, it's people just. I mean, look, if there's no announcement or teaser this year, then there's no reason to continue to think about it because it's years away.
Yeah.
But if they tease it if next month, I mean, I am really ready to see and eager to see what's going on. Because we've seen the leaked footage and it's like, okay, this is like the bare bones, the skeleton of what we're trying to do here, and it's like. This is above and beyond anything they've ever done before. This makes every game they've done before look like fucking a PS2 game in terms of features. I mean, even Red Dead 2, it's going to look like a last generation game. This is the next thing forward. This is pushing the genre forward, the open world genre forward. That's what I wanted out of Red Dead 2. Didn't necessarily get that, in my opinion. For a lot of people, they did. For a lot of people, it worked for them and it clicked a little bit better. That's great. But I truly believe that GTA 6 has it is going to be that revolutionary title that GTA 3 was, where it's like, okay, we went from 2D to 3D, all new experience, holy fucking shit. This is what we've been clamoring for a long time. And I think people are going to be really fucking blown away. I mean, if you can go in and adjust the seat, the steering wheel, the mirrors, the armchair, like, come on, bro. Name one other game that you can't even do that in fucking Forza. You literally cannot even do that in Forza, and that's a racing game. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
Do you think you'll be able to style your pubic hair?
Okay.
In GTA 6.
Well, I hope they have. Here's my pet peeve with these open world games. They have these like stadiums in these open worlds and these like concert things, and it's like you never see anything happening. There's never like a little dynamic event or anything like that. It's just like, here's this empty stadium. Is the city abandoned? No, it's not. So why is this never being utilized or occupied? They don't even try to sell the believability. It's like, then don't put the stadium in. It's like you should be able to go see like a sporting event or something. Like, I know that, I'm not asking for fucking real life simulation, but obviously, at a certain point, gaming will eventually get to that in the next 100 years or so, if it's still around.
I've got just a quick two-parter on GTA 6, right? One positive shell kind of mentality. We can look at the money and the resources right behind Rockstar. We can look at the timeline between their last fucking GTA game, right? It's been a long time. They've put out other, fucking Red Dead. They're gonna have learned from that. So I think we can expect something really special, hopefully. The second part is a question for you. It's what would be the biggest disappointment about Rockstar 6?
Yeah, I mean,
Rockstar 6. I'm losing my fucking brain, dude. Fucking GTA 6.
I mean, look,
what would be the biggest disappointment?
When I get into GTA 6 and I play it, I mean, I'll know immediately if we have something special here or not. I mean, it's going to be really easy for me to tell. And, I mean, it has to be better than Red Dead 2. It can't just be the same as Red Dead 2. They can't just take that and say, okay, because part of the problem for me with Red Dead Redemption 2 is that nothing is being built in the game. And you see these shills put out these videos over and over and over again. Red Dead Redemption 2 is more popular now than ever, which is funny because it's like all these Red Dead fans are fake. They weren't there in 2018. I was there at fucking midnight buying that slop. But it's just if they're building a house in the game, okay, this is what I need from Rockstar. Do not tie that to the story progression. Mm-hmm. Okay, I don't, if they're building houses in this area, the subdivision or something, don't tether that to the story progression. Tether it to the in-game clock. That's what will impress me. Shit like that, And in Red Dead 2, it's like, they're building the railroad, but they're not. It's all just, it's a facade.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, go to the next chapter and then you'll see the progression. No, that's bullshit. That's not impressive at all.
It's over.
I mean, that's the one thing I think they need to improve upon right there. And I'm assuming
Miles Kino super chatted $6 Canadian
if there was one thing that GTA 6 did, though,
Michael, did you hear about Phil Spencer's DRM plans for Microsoft's cloud-only system plus Last of Us 2 made a point?
You know, you start playing GTA 6 and it's, you know, there's this fucking certain aspect where it's mechanics. What would put you off the most, do you think? Would it be lack of that? Simply a lack of that, do you think? Or you have like the NPCs
It's going to have to go above and beyond expectations, and you have to understand these expectations have been there for 10 years. I mean, it's impossible for them to actually meet everyone's expectations because, you know, there's only so much you can do with, you know, it's a fucking video game, not a simulation or whatever. But I don't know. I mean, you know, it just depends. When I get into GTA 6 and I, you know, roam around and you know, we talk to the NPCs and we see how, you know, it's just like, what level of detail are we talking here? I mean, we've seen the leaked footage. There's like 45 minutes of leaked footage. Someone just put it up again on YouTube. And, you know, it's just like, okay, you can customize that shit in the car. Okay, well then if that's what we're doing in this game, that level of customization in the car in terms of like adjusting the steering wheel, why do we need to do that? I don't fucking know. But if it's in there, and on top of what we've heard with hurricanes, dynamic weather events, fucking yard sales, this, that, and the third, I mean, I just don't see how this game is going to be bad unless it just takes the Red Dead 2 formula and say, hey, we'll copy and paste that into the GTA, you know, into the GTA world and call it a day. I think it needs to be better than Red Dead 2, and I think it will.
I want to be able to fucking camp in the mountains.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just like it can't be this one-dimensional thing where it's just like you're going to these locations, and these locations are serving the story. There's so many moments in these open-world games where it's like these locations do nothing. You can't even go inside the stadium in GTA 5. What I really hate about these games is that they have these exclusive interiors for the story, and then once you're done with the mission, you cannot go back into these. You can't even go back in there and look. Like, they just seal it off. Okay, you know, there's a mission where you're like chasing Laszlo in the sports arena in GTA 5. You go inside the sports arena and you see a lot of it, and it's really cool. And it's like, after the mission's over, you can't go back in. They seal it off. All the doors are closed and everything. It's fucking stupid. So they just use these interiors to serve the story, and it's like, yeah, I get it's a story game, but like, dude, you just had the interior. You just showed the Mafia 3 does this as well. You can't go to the amusement park unless you're doing the mission. You know, Bully does this as well. You know, you can't go in the funhouse unless you're doing the mission. It's ridiculous. It pisses me off.
I'm glad you didn't play Final Fantasy 16, dude.
Oh hell!
Because you would have been. That was the biggest.
Playing that slop.
Yeah, that is the biggest kind of like facade. You know, running through a pop-up display town, basically. You can't go in any. Actually, you should play it just to fucking shred it, man. Like, you can't go in any interiors at all. You get into a town, you would be raging.
Well,
so
and that's the problem with Red Dead 2 as well. It's like, you know, you have, you know, obviously Saint Denis is different because that's a big town. But you know, Valentine and
yeah,
like, you know, there's just houses that you can't go into at all. Unless I'm not playing the game right. Like, there's just no interiors for these, and it's like, okay, we have to get to a point where it's like, like in GTA 4, there's destructible environments. Now, obviously, it's not like super crazy, but you have destructible environments in GTA 4 where it's like, you know, part of the wall comes out during a firefight, and it's just like, you know, some of that shit's got to return. I mean, obviously, there's going to be technical limitations, but this is the biggest game on the entire planet. Literally, GTA 6 is the biggest game on the entire planet. You have the most talented people that have ever assembled come together for this fucking experience. They have the biggest budget in the world. There's no way that this can be bad.
$1 billion.
Well, I mean, if that's true, that's now my expectations are high. I need every NPC on a schedule. You know, I mean, it's just like, you should be able to knock on everyone's door. Here's the thing. This is what has to happen. You look at GTA San Andreas. GTA San Andreas is a game that they've never done before because they tried to do a lot in that game. There's a lot of little things you can do in that game. There's mini RPG elements. It's a fantastic experience. And
it's my favorite.
Exactly. In GTA 4, they gutted all of that for style immersion and story. and Roman and this, that, and the third. You know, they gutted all of that, or they watered a lot of it down. And in my opinion, GTA 6 has to bring all of those mechanics back. You know, so when you you know, all of those mechanics in San Andreas need to come back for GTA 6, and better as well. You should be able to go to the gym and lift weights. I mean, it's a great. You can get fat in San Andreas. You can get skinny in San Andreas. It's like, and it seems like they were trying to do that with Red Dead 2 a little bit with the core health system, but it was just tedious and annoying. It was fun in GTA San Andreas, and I think, you know, there's a lot of fun in San Andreas with, you know, the activities you can do, the little mini games, the races, the taxi mission. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. There's a bunch of shit in San Andreas that has never returned to the fucking franchise. For what reason? You know? This is what it's going to have to be. It's going to have to be San Andreas, and it's going to have to meet the level of detail of Red Dead 2, graphically, fidelity-wise, and even go above and beyond that. So it's just going to have to give us the mini games back, give us the fun back, stop serving the story constantly. It's annoying as shit because now you have a hollow fucking Los Santos. There's nothing to do in Los Santos. You know, when I first played the game and I realized you couldn't go on the train, I was like, this is trash. Okay, well in Red Dead Redemption 2 they rectified that. You can drive the train. Great, fantastic. You know, and one of the other things I tested out was I went to the Santa Monica Pier in Los Santos, and you know, you can go on the roller coaster, but it looks like absolute shit.
Does it? I can't remember.
It's just bad. You know, I mean, I've ridden roller coasters before, and it's like the speed's off, the sound design's trash. It's like I could literally do better. I mean, I can record the gameplay, mute the audio, and just recreate all of the audio. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just. I mean, it's really like, what are we doing here?
Jeez, yeah. I've got high expectations for sure as well.
Well, it's a $1 billion game, like you said. I mean, if that's truly the fucking budget, and if it's next gen only, there's no way. So I mean, that's the only game I'm actually hyped for. I don't even care if it's woke. I don't even give a shit, because if it is the Bonnie and Clyde tale, that's fine with me, in a modern era. But if
exactly. We just need immersion at the end of the day, don't we? We need that kind of next level of fucking immersion.
Yep.
And
well, and bring the fun back too from San Andreas. The little mini games, like, hey, you see a basketball court in San Andreas, you can play basketball. Name one other game where you can do that. Oh, you can't do that in GTA 4. You can't do that in GTA 5. Well, they fucking downgraded
exactly.
it. That's what I'm saying. They've downgraded it. When I see something in an open world, there should be a level of interactivity with it, especially if the basketball is right there. You know, in Starfield, there's a soccer ball, and it's like there's the soccer net, and it's like, well, I don't think I can play it unless there was a way that I didn't figure out. Then don't put it in.
I've just got a quick message for Sam in the chat. Suck my cock. Anyway, yeah, but GTA 6, like you're saying, the fun factor with the mini games, that serves immersion,
I mean,
right?
Can't you go boxing in? Let me look up the mini games in San Andreas. There's so much shit you can do, I can't even remember. You can do the trucking missions. You can do there's train missions, bro. You can literally drive the train. And there's a mission for
Mount Chiliad. Mount Chiliad. That shit was cool. If that's what it's called.
There's like
the highest
dirt bike races. GTA San Andreas. What are they called? Activities, mission activities. What is it called? Mini games.
It's been so long for me, man. I'm no expert.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, here we go. Mini games.
It was fun.
GTA San Andreas.
Fun, though. It was fun. That's your main point.
Okay, you can play pool. You have basketball. You have arcade machines. You have...
Yeah, GTA 5 touched on it, but didn't take it the full way, right? It just kind of teased you a little bit with a few things, but...
Oh my God.
Enough.
You have all the casino stuff. You have... Holy shit, I don't remember all of that. This is insane. You have the lowrider challenge. You have the dancing with... you have the disco.
Can we get a W in chat?
You got horse races.
Can we get a W in chat for world class? Hit that fucking like button.
Losers. You love it.
Fucking Stain's in here. I think he was. And just a quick shout out to SG and Steve, my main homies. They're in here. I can see them. Yeah, man, it's going to be wild. Fuck, I just hope it... Are you worried about some key people leaving Rockstar, though? There is that time.
Well, I mean, that's what we have to see. It's like, well... Is it going to be... is that going to have an effect?
Yeah. As long as they got, the technical talent still there.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
It'd be really hard. I mean, the story and the characters and the themes of the game, I mean, that might be one of the things. It's like The Last of Us 2. It's really like The Last of Us 2 when you think about it. Like, Last of Us 2, the gameplay on paper is fantastic. I mean, I don't think anyone would argue that that's bad. But the story is where it gets where it's like, okay, well, that's where it gets super opinionated and super people are either saying this is the best thing in the world or it's the worst thing in the world, and that's it. But the gameplay, the sound design, the graphics, the fidelity of The Last of Us Part 2, in terms of the overall core gameplay loop, is phenomenal. No one is saying otherwise. So, it's like that with GTA 6. Like, is the story with Jason and Lucia going to be good enough to hold interest? Is it going to be woke? Is it going to lose the edge? What is going to happen? We don't know. But in terms of the technical aspects, I think it would be very hard for them to go in and not meet the expectations, at least, to some degree. Yeah. Because it's just like, this is what they wanted to do. I mean, in Bully, there was an article about how they were making at one point Bully 2 or something, and they wanted to include the grass growing mechanic, because in Bully, when you get in trouble, you have to go do detention and shit, and you got to go mow grass and shovel snow. And imagine if they had you could just get a job in GTA 6 and you could just fucking mow grass or something. That'd be game of the generation, It's like, because, they thought of that level of immersion for the player. And, that's what we're talking about. And I honestly think that's going to be in there. I really do. I really think you're going to be able to see either an NPC cut grass, or you're going to be able to mow your own grass in GTA 6. You're going to start the lawnmower up and you're going to mow grass. It's already in Bully from PS2. They could just cut and paste. Not hard.
Michael, the big thing though, can we be a serial killer?
Well, that's every game. What do you mean? That's every game. That's every game.
No, but proper fucking. Immersion.
In San Andreas, they had that special vehicle where you could go in the night and be the Night Stalker in San Andreas. Remember that?
Really?
Oh my God!
Fuck, I need to play that.
You don't remember that?
Do you know what, Michael? I'm gonna fucking uninstall RE4 remake and.
What are you talking about? You gotta play that DLC that's coming out at midnight.
Fuck that, man! I ain't playing that shit.
You were just showing it.
They're putting in the content for £10. Fucking rinsing everyone's wallets.
Well, I mean,
joke.
I can't even buy it. I don't know how to buy it.
Well, I can't either, because they can't even sort their fucking store out. So I mean,
oh my God,
might as well buy on CD keys.
Yeah,
might as well buy on CD keys. Save money. I mean, that's the problem with PlayStation.
Okay,
as well.
If people are making fun of this and they're saying, "Oh, you want an IRL simulator? You want The Sims?" Okay, so let me ask you this. Let me ask these detractors this: what the hell is GTA RP then? Explain to me what GTA RP is. GTA roleplay. Do you know what people do every single day? They get on that game. They waste hours of their life on that game every single day, living in this virtual world and role-playing as these fucking characters in these games. So is that not insane? Because it is. That's insane to me.
You could argue playing any game with
but
any character
the
is
GTA roleplay stuff, you got to pay to be on their server or something. And not only that, but they'll kick you out if you don't take it seriously. So it's literally living in the virtual world. It's the metaverse of GTA. That's what GTA always wanted to be. The modders took it to the next level.
Exactly.
Okay, so why are they bitching about oh, you just want the fucking Sims? You want this fucking simulation? Go outside. No, go tell that to the fucking players of GTA roleplay then. They literally fucking buy servers and have this fucking fantasy of oh, I'm going to be a delivery driver in GTA roleplay. I'm going to, work at the Clucking Bell. And it's okay, bro.
What do you mean, man?
Oh, dude, the GTA RP stuff is pure no life. You want to talk about being down bad. I mean, I'm sorry, but that shit's, I mean, unless you're getting paid to do that shit, what are you doing? Because people spend literally days on shit like that. They're paying to be on the server, roleplay server, and then they just roleplay. And they take it super fucking serious.
If I can't be a fucking Reddit mod, in GTA 6, I'm giving up gaming. That's it. I want to be a Reddit mod.
It's over.
I want to sit on a fucking PC and some losers.
You should be able to go. You should be able to, I mean, first of all, the bars in GTA 6 need to have life in them. Okay, you should be able to see people coming in and out, and you should be able to see bands loading in their instruments. Now, obviously, they can't animate all that. There's no fucking way. But I mean, there's got to be a way to do it. There's got to be a way to do it.
look, if they did GTA 5 on a fucking Potato Station 3.
Yeah, but there's no detail in
Just
that
think
game.
what they can do.
I mean, there is, but Watch Dogs 2 blows it out of the water, and that came out 3 years later.
Well, yeah.
Well, that's what I need. I mean, and then you should be able to follow the band. They go back to their home. They practice in their garage. What do you mean? Like, dude, okay.
You want to be a groupie.
You're 10 minutes away from Rockstar North. You need to make content.
I
just
tried,
take a here's how you will go viral. Take a picture outside of the fucking office every single day until the game fucking comes out. There you go. You will go viral. You want the idea? There
what
it is.
about I get arrested?
No, you won't.
I'll try and get in and get arrested. Then I'll, that'll be numbers. And then when I get out, I might have a channel.
I'm just saying, take a picture, outside. That's fine, because you're not going inside. Just say this is the new challenge. You're going to take a picture every day in front of the GTA office, in front of the Rockstar North office, because you're a huge fan until the game releases. I don't know. It's a fucking dumb thing, but I mean, Maybe they'll invite you in. Hey, maybe you'll get a job. Maybe they'll eventually invite you in and say, "Hey, we need some." Maybe they're hiring, dude. If I lived that close to the studio, I'd probably apply. I mean, I don't got no fucking.
Maybe I should get
resume,
shot.
But I mean,
Maybe I should get shot right out front.
Excuse you?
Yeah. When you get Michael, you should come when you come to Scotland, mate. You could get some good content. Come to Edinburgh.
Oh, they need people for audio.
When you come
they're literally hiring right
content,
now.
Bro.
Designing sound.
Content, bro.
Sound design.
Sound design.
They literally need someone for sound design, audio programming.
I can't program. I'm stupid.
You better apply right now. You can work at Rockstar North. They need someone for sound design. Static demo reels are a good way to demonstrate raw sound design skills for individual asset creation.
You're trolling.
I'm not trolling. It literally says it right here. You can work on GTA 6.
Oh my fucking god! Is it Edinburgh-based or Dundee?
It's Rockstar North.
I'm in Edinburgh.
What,
yeah, I think
they
might have an office in. They might have an office in Dundee now.
Yeah, but the main you're by the main one, right?
Yeah, Edinburgh.
Okay, well then I'm assuming that's it.
Holy shit, dude!
A sound designer may perform a range of roles, and not all of the following we need for any specific one, but the broader their knowledge, the more flexible and employable. Foley recording techniques and familiarity with microphones and recording equipment. Familiarity with popular DAWs, digital audio workstation, such as Pro Tools or SoundForge. Audio mastering and editing techniques for creating high-quality assets from Foley or library recordings. Understanding of audio synthesis and experience with commercial tools such as Max MSMP. Rector experience of creating interactive audio assets and using commercial tools such as XAT or generally someone with broad experience of sound design in a non-video game environment. Wow, they want someone that actually knows a thing or two about fucking audio. Holy shit. Well, they're still hiring, so I guess the game's not coming out. Well, I mean, why would they be hiring? I thought the game was done. What you mean?
No.
This is 20 years from now. 20 years we're still going to wait for this fucking game.
You might have just got me a job.
GTA 5 Drive, bro.
You might as well just got me a job, man.
I'm not even
I could leak shit. I could leak shit to you.
Oh, okay.
I could be your inside man. From the
Think
jail
about
cell.
that, though. You work on GTA 6,
cell.
you can't even tell your wife about it. Oh no, I'm not trolling. I'm not trolling. You got to sign that NDA, and you can't even tell you can't tell anyone about what you're working on. That's insane. Probably not even your coworkers, to be honest.
I've got no one to tell myself.
That's why these games are so trash, because you can't even come together as a cohesive unit to make it come together in a way that makes sense. It's not a collaborative effort anymore. It's like everyone's under NDA, and it's like we can't tell the art department what we're fucking working on. Because, well, then how the fuck are we going to fix this? How are we going to come to a solution here, you know? I mean, I don't know if it's that crazy, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty fucking crazy.
Michael, that's crazy. At the click of a button, you just pulled up that info. Fuck me.
What do you mean? I just typed in Rockstar North jobs. It's right here. They're looking for programming. They're looking for game testing. They're looking for mission scripting. What does the game testing entail?
Can I just ask, is there I bet I could just look up myself, but is there a cutoff date for that
no,
audio?
They need help.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah, they might be sure they, you know.
Audio design job. Holy shit. Oh no, wait, that says 4 years ago, dude. That says 4 years ago.
4 years ago? What are you talking? I'm on the Rockstar North website right now. They're
Says 4
hiring
years
right
ago.
now. That's not no.
Oh.
Where does
If
it
you're
say 4
trolling,
years
then I'm
ago?
gonna kill you.
Where
No,
does
I'm
it say
joking.
4 years ago?
Well, wait. What's it under? Code or what's it under? What's it under?
What do you mean?
Like the different animation, art, code, IT, game design. What's it under? Because there's different.
You got to click on jobs.
I'm on the jobs. I'm on the job. I can't see it.
If you can't figure out, what do you mean?
I'm on the Rockstar Game Career, Rockstar North, gameplay animator. Fuck, I can't.
You gotta scroll all the way down to, and then it says like audio programming, game testing, mission scripting, art, animation. You gotta click on join us.
Join us.
All the way at the bottom or at the top.
Rockstar North. Job careers Rockstar North. Yeah, I can't see audio. Oh my god.
What are you talking about? It's right there.
It's over. Can you send me the link?
Oh my god.
I can't see it. I can't see it.
You're probably
bro.
on a fake. What are you talking about? You got to go to the Rockstar North website. You click on. You're trolling, dude.
No, I'm not. I'll take a screenshot. I can't see it, bro. I'm on the Wish version of fucking Rockstar North.
Yeah, you must be. Maybe I am.
You've
Maybe I
clicked
have.
an old link.
What you mean?
You've clicked an old link.
No, I
dude.
didn't, dude. What are you talking about?
Oh fuck! Maybe I'm blind.
This is
I
it
can't
right
fucking
here.
see.
rockstarnorth.com/about, and then you go in and you click jobs.
Yeah. Tools programmer. Fucking.
How do you not see it? Hold on.
Art.
There's another website I'm going to. Oh my God, they're hiring for a lot here.
Can you just email me the link or something?
It's in the chat.
This. Oh, it's in the chat. Sorry, I'm not looking at the chat.
They're hiring for animation. They're hiring for art. They're hiring for code, game design, scripting, IT, online services, and security. So maybe they're not hiring for audio.
Audio. Oh.
I don't think they're currently hiring for audio. I don't know why they're listening.
What do you do?
You got to be a programmer. You got to be a programmer.
Dude, you're killing me. I thought I had a job.
Well, you're done.
Oh, come on. Give me a fucking it's over. It's over now. Well, I'll try and get a fucking coffee boy job or something. I don't know. Make them fucking.
No, just work at a smaller studio. They'll probably, they want you to come in immediately. Just work at an indie dev studio.
There's no one else.
I mean, all you have to do is basically say,
bad.
hey, I can do the audio better, and then send them a clip of, like, your custom Foley, and they'll probably hire you. I mean, I'm not trolling. If it's a smaller studio, they'll just probably say, hey, we want you.
Custom Foley that I just ripped off
basically
Reddit.
record a clip of the game in action, and then take out all the audio, and then redesign it yourself by scratch. There you go. And if they like it, they'll hire you. I mean, pretty much.
There's a lot of work. People don't understand.
No, that's not.
Holy
hell
shit.
yeah, it is.
The Mortal Kombat guys smash up fucking vegetables all day.
Yeah, well, that's cool. That's how they do it in Hollywood. Yeah, that's how they do it.
Yeah.
And then you just layer it until it becomes that damn good.
Compress the fuck out of it to get that real meaty slap, you know?
Exactly. It's not that hard, but it is time consuming. I mean.
Oh yeah, every sound. I mean, you go and tell fucking anyone to go do that.
You got to set the mic up. You got to record. You got to mix and master. I mean, geez. That's days worth of work.
Right, there must be other people checking on the air here. I'm sorry. It's been nice to catch up with Michael. It's been a good while there, and I think you're due another mono remix at some point. So
yeah,
I'll get you something over.
Oh yeah,
I'll get you something over. But yeah, well, enjoy separate ways if you get in the next.
Yeah, we'll see.
2 hours, or an hour and a half, or whatever. I don't know. I might just play San Andreas, to be honest. Or Cyberpunk tomorrow. Yeah. Do you know when that drops, actually, 2.0? Is it?
Yeah, the 2.0 is dropping tomorrow, but the actual DLC is next week.
Yeah, 2.0 tomorrow. No midnight launch, I take it, for that. So yeah, I'll just check it out tomorrow at some point, guess. I've got it installed, but I don't know. I'm not getting too hyped for it. Keep my reservations in check, because if you don't like the combat, I mean, there's not really much else to go with. But cool. Well, take it easy, Michael.
Oh, yeah, bro.
Keep moving them wheels.
Yeah,
and see you later, chat.
Alrighty, folks, we got about 12% left on the battery here. We got about 12% left on the battery here. And if Separate Ways, does anyone know how to see if Separate Ways is coming out? And Cyberpunk tomorrow morning, apparently, that's when the 2.0 update drops. But again, right now at 89 on Metacritic. So apparently it's good. I guess we'll have to see. How do you get Separate Ways DLC? You cannot buy it. So how the hell are you going to know when it's going to come out? I can't even buy it. It got a 10 from GameSpot. That is something. Okay. Guys, no, this is not a 10. All right, no way this is a 10. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. 1 a.m. SE. Oh my God, we got to do this conversion shit. So it's coming out. Yeah, that's. I don't know.
It's over.
I don't know when it's coming out. Decepticon Beats coming through.
Decepticon Beats super chatted €10.
Hello?
Metal Gear Solid 1, GTA San Andreas, Skyrim, Elden Ring, the last of two need to be the standard, for games yet to come to save gaming as a whole, writing.
Yeah, well, the only thing I'm really interested in right now is GTA 6 in terms of the big stuff. There's no other game that's going to be like it, even if it is trash. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. I mean, it's GTA, it's Rockstar, the main studio, the head, you know. So, I mean, you know, anything in between the release of GTA 6 and, you know, these are smaller releases. It's, you know, these titles are more of the same. I mean, people are jumping up and down for these games, but it's like, are these games really pushing the envelope forward? Probably not. Doesn't mean they're bad, but it's just more of the same. So it's hard for me to get excited about Spider-Man 2. It's like, yeah, you know, there are improvements, but it's like, you know, I've already played that game. I mean, there's a new map and new characters and new little activities, but it's like, well, it's fundamentally kind of the same. Hard for me to get really excited. Phantom Liberty comes out the 26th, yep. Looks like you only care about minigames. Looks like you have a flawed perspective of what you think I care about. That's not what I'm saying. You don't understand. Go play your GTA RP and be a hypocrite. Do we know? Do we know? Guys, I don't have much time left. We can take one more caller probably, but I don't have much time. So we can take one more caller here. We'll be back later tonight. I don't know if these games are, I don't know if Separate Ways is coming out tonight or not. I have no idea how to even see it. And no one is helping in the chat, so I guess you guys are all fake Resident Evil fans. But the Cyberpunk 2.0 update comes out tomorrow. We'll check that out. Well, you can't even go bowling in GTA 5. That I remember anyway. You can't even do things like that. So we don't know when the Resident Evil. Okay, well, I guess we're not playing that then. I don't know. Guys, I got 9% on the battery. Let's do one last call. We're not using Skype because it's broken. So we're doing this instead. So one last call here, one last call. I got to make it quick, though. Because the battery's dying. We'll be back later. Playing some slop for your entertainment. All right. Here's the link to call in. Here's the link to call in. There's the link to call in. If it doesn't work, I don't know what to tell you. But we got to make it quick because there's only 8% left on the battery. We'll be back later tonight, either playing separate ways or whatever else comes out. If anything comes out tonight, I'm not sure. Maybe FIFA releases tonight. I don't fucking know. Hell, maybe FIFA does release tonight. Yeah, the 21st of September. I understand that, but some games release at midnight. I don't know. If it's not on the PSN store, then I don't know what to tell you guys. Levi Sorensen coming through. Did you see Dishonored 3 is in the works? You know that's going to be total slop. Yeah, those games are trash. Never been fond of those games. They didn't do much for me when I played them. Guys, it is working. I don't know what to tell you guys. My battery. What do you want me to tell you? You think I'm lying?
It's over!
I don't understand what you mean by that comment. The battery's literally dying. It's like, I do have the extension. I mean, I don't...
Levi Sorensen super chatted $5. Did you see Dishonored 3 is in the works? You know that's gonna be total slop.
Yeah, Dishonored 3, I don't know why they're making that. I'd rather play Redfall than Dishonored. It is region locked. Guys, I put the link in here. It's not working. No one's joining. Literally no one's joining. That's how you call in. The link right there. No one's joining, so I guess no one wants to call in. We got 7%, so it'd have to be a quick call, less than a minute or so. Some Japanese streamer leaked the whole DLC already. Really? How long is the DLC? Is it even worth getting? Stain, let me know. They've leaked the How long is the DLC? And is U3 in it? Is U3 in it? Japanese streamer. Yeah, I know that. We must be on a delay here. Okay, no one wants to call in, so I don't know. It's about the length of the Resident Evil 3 remake. Really? Really? It's about 5 hours long? Really? Huh. Hell, I was thinking it was 35 minutes long. Well, shit, I mean, huh. Well, for $10, I don't think that's a bad deal then. Now, if it were 20 and it were only 6 hours long, then that would be a little ridiculous. But $10, I mean, is U3 in there? Is U3 in there? I hope they let you eat cereal. Then go play GTA RP. There's no reason to come in here and pretend like these mechanics are laughably bad when they're already in the fucking game. Go play GTA RP. You guys are fake gamers from 4channel. You don't understand. U3 is in it, but it's a big blob, basically. Okay, well, that's what I thought. Yeah, they're not going to program that whole cage sequence. So yeah, they pulled the Salazar, and they turned Salazar into a big blob, and yeah, so it's what we saw in the trailer. Well, it seems like it's 5 hours of slop. I mean, I don't know how to download it though, so. U3 plays like the alligator in Resident Evil 2. Really? U3 woke redesign. It's over. Well, I've put the link multiple times in the chat. So that's it. U3 is a big blob. You don't fight him in the hanging cages. You fight him the same way Leon fought the other Vertigo. Huh, well. You have to turn the valves. Oh my god. Wow, they were lazy as shit. Holy fuck, they were lazy as shit. They just copy and paste that fucking mechanic? Oh my god, bro. Oh, bro. Well, it's $10. I mean, you can't expect quality for $10. Garbage. All right, we got 5%, so we're going to be wrapping this up here shortly. And we'll be back later tonight. So sad. Plug it in. Sometimes we don't need a long show. We can do a long show later tonight. I'm not going to sit out here for hours, and there's nothing left to discuss. There's no callers. They're not clicking the link. What do you want me to do? We've already discussed this. It's an 89 on Metacritic. We've already discussed the earlier in the show. We've talked about a lot of other things. I'm not trying to extend this for 4 hours just because we're already at the 2-hour mark. That's plenty enough. And I got to go download these games. I mean, if we can play it at midnight. I mean, not that I really. I mean, it sounds like absolute slop, but. Wesker is woke. Well, we're not taking calls right now. So we're going to wrap this up here. That is going to do it. We will be back later tonight playing something. I don't know what that will be, but we'll see. So if Separate Ways is out, we'll check that out. If not, tomorrow the Cyberpunk 2.0 update. And with that said, that is going to do it. So appreciate you guys for tuning in, tagging along, supporting the show. And we will see you later. It's over.